Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, Renee Young, and James E. Cornett here. And today on Collision or Hit, we're going to have the TWF light heavyweight winnings on stake. When Bo takes on Killian Cross or Killer Cross, who is the TWF light heavyweight fighter, Tony Schiavone says. You got that right, Renee Young, says Tony. Killian Cross did win the TWF light heavyweight winnings not too long ago, and this might be the first time he's put it on stake here today on Collision or Hit. I'll tell you right now, Tony Schiavone and Renee Young, not very much is known about Killian Cross or Killer Cross. About he started out in his first run, how he had a run in TNAW, and then he had his first run in WWE, then in MLW, and his two-diff run in WWE. He may have been in other wrestling businesses before that, but that's the only one I knew him being for. The only thing he's ever done was being a two-time WWE NXT heavyweight fighter, but that happened in his first run. And he hasn't really done nothing since then, James E. Cornett says. Except his two-diff run is longer than his first run, though. Whoa. Well, here he comes to the ring now. Well, here comes Killian Cross or Killer Cross to the ring now, Tony Schiavone said. And for your hope, James E. Cornett, I hope that he has not heard what you said about him. Yeah, Renee Young says, because we all know about how Killer Cross is like, how Killian Cross behaves like, Tony Schiavone says. You've seen all the things he's done in MLW in the first run, TNAW, WWE in the first run, MLW two-diff run, WWE a two-diff run too, Renee Young says. Well, if he's in the skilled wrestling business, he should be taken being scathed, James E. Cornett says. And if he can't handle that, well, he's chose the wrong hell with business to be in. So, today I gotta put my TWF light heavyweight winnings on stake. And I know some of you, and I know that some of you folks out there are just hoping to see me lose. But before I put my TWF light heavyweight winnings on stake, the first thing I'm going to do is deal with someone who scathed me. Yeah, I'm talking about you, James E. Cornett. You have no room to scathe anyone because you never wrestled a day in your life. You were a skillless overseer who fought that, always liked to talk about how his mother yielded him into the wrestling business, how his mother did this, his mother did that. But you were only thing you were ever good at, the only thing you were ever good at during your time, and in the CWA, MACW, WCW, SMW, WCW, WWF, WWE, OVW, ROH, TNAW, IW, NWA, MLW is running your mouth. So you should keep it shut. Because getting overkicked all those years by Shawn Michaels, being headstoned by The Undertaker, and God forbid falling off a stand is going to be the least of all the bumps you took over your young years as a overseer. I'm going to make you take your last bumps. Well, now we got Captain Marvel or Lead Woman Marvel in the ring now. Killian Cross, you're dealing with me. And I'm going to take your TWF light heavyweight winnings off of you. Jamesy Cornette has never been a wrestler. He never has been. Yes, he's a irksome overseer and a irksome a irksome overseer and task caller, yeah. But he's never been a wrestler. I am. I wrestler. I a fighter. And I'll take your winnings off of you. Your strap. Well, this is for the TWF light heavyweight winnings. First, she is Captain Marvel, or lead woman shit Glass, and he is the stand up, and she is the TWF light heavyweight fighter, Captain Marvel, or lead woman Marvel. Well, Killian Cross right now has already scathed James E. Cornette. Tony Chevalier said he won't be the first man or woman to do it, and it won't be the last. Killian Cross picks up, seeks to pick up Captain Marvel, lead woman Marvel, or Glass, and body slams him, Tony Chevalier says. Well, Renee Young says, you've been speechless. You haven't had anything to say since that scathing. Renee Young says, you just yelled, Killian Cross. I got a club with me. I got a ball club with me, and I'll beat the shit out of you with that. Yeah, you ask anyone. I'll get you back for scathing me. You're the one that's a no skillless hack wrestler, fighter, overstar. No need why you got fired from MLW and TNAW and WWE in the first run, MLW 2 the front. And sooner you get fired from WWE again, you no hack shithead. Well, Tony Chevalier said, we know you like to rant and bitch. You've done it your whole life. It isn't the stead or the time, Tony Chevalier says. Killian Cross got Captain Marvel, or lead woman Marvel, and body slammed her, Tony Chevalier says. It looks like lead woman Glass is in a bind right now, Renee Young says. Tell that to Killian Cross, because he's the one that can handle being scathed. He hit her in the... James E. Cornette says the only thing he's ever done was won the WWE NXT heavyweight winnings. That's the only thing he's ever done. I was an overseer of men and women for sundry years and done a lot more things in the ring than he ever did. James E. Cornette said, yeah, and we all know how you fought Jose Lothario one time at WWF In Your House was your only wrestling match you were ever in, Renee Young says. Well, Tony Chevalier said he was at Wrestle Madness 7 Between YL for the stunt or lark, fighting Kingley, which he was thrown out by Hillbilly Jim. So he had 2 matches, Tony Chevalier says. And will Captain Marvel, leave a Marvel yield here? She does. Ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Killian Cross. Well, Killian Cross has beat Captain Marvel, or lead woman Marvel, or Glass, here today on Collision or Hit. And now James E. Cornette is going to be bitching and ranting about Killian Cross, or Killer Cross, or whatever you want to call him, Tony Chevalier says. Renee Young said scathing goes both ways, one could scathe you and say that one could scathe you for your time in the skilled wrestling business and say that you didn't really do that much beyond being an overseer and a cast caller. And one could scathe you for your bitching and ranting all the time, Renee Young says. But I'm not going to get into that, Tony Chevalier says. You got the right to your thoughts, your beliefs. So does Killian Cross, so does Killer Cross. And at the end of the day, I don't know why you and him cannot get along. Is he on your shit list now? Tony Schiavone says. Let me tell you something, Tony Renee. I got a really, truly short shit list. It's not as big as you think. It has Vince Russo, it has Mark Mapham, it has Kevin Dunn on it, it has Jim Herd on it, it has Kip Fry on it, it has Eric Bischoff on it, it has Dixie Carter on it. When you stop to think of it, it's got Johnny Ace on it, but very rarely, but I don't got as many folks. And Killian Cross wants to be on that list, and then that's his own choosing. But he still hasn't done nothing beyond being the WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. That's the only thing he ever did, and that was it. I mean, he was on Raw the first time, didn't do nothing. He was on SmackDown the first time, didn't do nothing. Now he's on Raw for the 2nd time, didn't do nothing. So, alright. Thank you, Tony Schiavone says. Take it away, Renee. Take it away, Joey Styles. Alright, I'm going to talk with Killer Cross or Killian Cross, Tony Schiavone and Renee Young, here today on Collision or Hit. Alright, Killer Cross, we know this doll was made before you got your hair back. Hey, I don't care. At least someone got my doll when it was sold at Walmart after my first run in WWE came to an end. It seems that you and James E. Cornette do not get along. No, he wants to scathe me for not doing anything in MLW and TNAW and WWE and MLW and WWE. At least I was a former 2-time WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. He didn't do anything like that in his time. And the CWA or MACW, WCW or SMW or WCW, WWF, WWE, OVW, ROH, TNAW or IW or NWA or MLW. Yeah. And as far as him going to beat me up with a ball club, that's the only thing they've ever been good at. But we all know that his little tennis, whatever little racket, that little whatever he's got there, he don't got that. So he can keep his mouth shut. What I did and did not do in WWE in my 2-diff run is none of his business. Because I wrestled more matches than he ever did. Yeah, he may have fought Lozez Lothario at WWF In Your House one year. He may have been at WrestleMania 7 Between YL for fighting Kingley, which he did not win. He lost his Lothario match in that match too. Scarlett, you got something to say. Killian Cross should not deal with someone like James E. Cornette. He needs to worry about his TWF light heavyweight winnings and them being on stake and who dares to go after it. We saw what happened with Captain Marvel or Lead Woman Marvel or Lead Woman Glass or whatever you want to call her. We just beat that Marvel self, and since Marvel Glee is owned by the Walt Disney business, we beat a Disney self. Now, nothing more needs to be said. Well, that's my talk with Killian Cross and Scarlett. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Renee Young. Thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Killian Cross and Scarlett here today on Collision or Hit. That's all the time we got here for Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, Renee Young, and James E. Cornette. We hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw or Alone Night Raw.